This is our channel English Literature Wave. I am Professor L.B. Gaikwad talking on lecture number 8. Language is a social phenomenon. Social means it is useful for society, and phenomenon means a characteristic that is called a feature. So language is a social phenomenon, means language is used for society, or the people from the society use this language. So language is used for the cultural matters, because the man's life is full of cultures, because without culture man cannot live, and that's why this cultural life of this man is decorated with the language, and this society is using this language for these cultural issues, and hence it is called the social phenomenon, because this language only makes man's life decorated, and that's why this is the social phenomenon. Language is a social phenomenon. The human, that is called the man, uses the conventional communicative signals means there are the communicative signals means there are the words, phrases and sentences, sounds which are used by this man, and this man uses these symbols and he creates sentences, and in this way this language becomes the phenomenon, and he uses this language for his communication, and these signals are words, phrases and sounds, and that's why these sounds, these phrases and these words help this man to create his new language, to create his innovative language, and this innovative language becomes a particular phenomenon, and that's why this language is called a social phenomenon. Thus, the language is a property of the society. We can see here that this language is not the property of anybody, it is not the property of a man, it is the property of the society, because this language has been created by the society, and that's why this language is called the property of the society, and that is called the social group, because this language is created by the social group. This language is human, and this language comes from the social group, and that's why this language is called the language of the society and the language of the social group. It is a group of rules, means this language is created by the rules and regulations, because there are the subjects, verb, object, complement, there are the tenses, there are the conjunctions. In this way there are many patterns, and because of these patterns this language becomes the rule governed language, and that's why this language is called the language of the rules. And how just we saw that there are the SVFC patterns, there are the tenses, there are the tenses, there are the conjunctions, there are the helping verbs, there are many patterns, and with the help of these many patterns we can learn this language, and that's why this language permits man to communicate with man, means one man communicates with the second man, and the second man communicates with the third man, and in this way from the birth of the man, this man has been coming with the communication with the help of this language with the man. So the language lives in society. The language lives in society means the language lives in society. The language lives with man. Man lives with language. The language dies with man, and the man dies with language. And this language balances the human relationship. Because of the language, the man's relationship is balanced, because who is brother, suppose there is a brother, that brother talks with the brother, sister talks with sister, mother talks with father. That means this relationship is maintained, this relationship is balanced only on the basis of this language, and that's why this language is called a social phenomenon. So this language cherishes man's culture to the particular development, means this language develops man's culture, and man's culture goes to the particular development in life, hence only man acquires this language. no animal can acquire this language, because animal learns its language with the help of the heredity. Just we saw in the last lecture that the small dog will learn the communication with the heredity, means it will learn from the parents, means what the dog parents were doing, the same thing will be repeated by the that new dog. And so we can say that only man can speak this language on this planet, on this earth, and nobody can acquire or nobody can learn this language because it is full of the rules and regulations, and animals cannot learn the rules and regulations. Only man can learn the rules and regulations, and that's why only man can talk and man can write this language. Man has no blessing or instinct to learn this language by birth. Means when this man takes a birth, he cannot come with the language. Means we cannot say that the child has taken a birth and now that child has started to speak in mother tongue. No, that child goes into the school, learns the patterns of language and develops that language, and that's why we can say that no man brings this language with him. He learns that language by taking his education, by going into the school or by going to the colleges. So this man learns this language going into school and learning the grammar of the language, because every language has the particular grammar, and that man or this man or that man or any person learns the grammar of this language, and that's why he learns that language, acquires that language. But man has the God's gift. But man has the God gift, because actually it is said that this man is the beautiful creation of God, and that's why this man has some phenomena, this man has some features, this man has some characteristics which are very different from other animals or from other persons on the earth, and that's why this man has been called the very innovative creation of God, and that's why he can easily acquire what he has been taught. Means if a child is sent into the school of America, and if the American teacher is teaching him or it the particular American language, that child will easily learn that language. But the animal will not learn that language, because the animal has not that ability to grasp or to acquire this language, and that's why we have taken the example of the child. So it is said that if a child of a man is born in his country and sent to learn into that country means into the other country, that child learns the language of that country easily, because man is the beautiful, very innovative creation of God, and that's why this happens. It means he will learn the language of London, he will learn the language of America, he will learn the language of Africa also, because of this God gift given by God to man. Though he is born in Pakistan, if the man is born in Pakistan, he will learn Indian language. If he is born in India, he will learn the language of suppose he will learn the language of Russia. So this will happen about the man, and that's why we can say that this man will learn the language of Russia, means he will learn the language of Russian society, and that's why this language is the social phenomenon, or this is the phenomenon of society. He will do this change being social. It is very clear that this man is social, this man lives in the society, in the social group, and man prefers always to live in the groups, social groups, and that's why this man learns this language very easily, and he will cooperate with the social groups, because man prefers to live in the social group, and that's why he cooperates with the social groups, he helps to the persons in the group, and this happens. If man is there in London, this happens in London. If man is in America, this happens in America. If man is in India, this happens in India. And in this way, man lives in the countries, man lives in the social group, and he develops his culture, and that's why it is said that the language is a social phenomenon. But it is not possible to the animals. Means animals cannot acquire this language as man is acquiring this language. Thus we can call the language as a social phenomenon. Here we have finished today's lecture number 8. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.